Alright, this is going to be maybe a testing video on a Gallagher M150. This is an older model. This particular unit is not terribly old. It's 11 years old, almost 10, 11 years old. Manufactured late 47th week of 2013 is how old this unit is. They came out with this model in 2005, so by the time the customer bought this, it had already been around 8-9 years. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I need a special screwdriver though to get the thing apart. A lot of parts, some parts are still made for this thing. Like I think you can still, as of 2024 time frame, you can still get circuit boards for it. Transformers or boards and transformers. Everything almost is made by Gallagher in-house. But the transformers on this model are no longer being built, so they're obsolete and discontinued. You can't even get them anymore. So, and they've got a double primary winding on there. It's at 4 contacts versus 2. Most transformers on a fence charger usually only have 2 contacts on the input side, but this has like a feedback loop that runs the lights in there and stuff. And you don't see a lot of these come into the little age on. This one's, like I said, about 10-11 years old, and it finally has some sort of issue. The light bulb down here is burned out, but that's cosmetic. This is a power dummy light. Tell you, hey, the power's on, dummy. Lights up green. It's not doing anything at all. Check the fuse. Fuse looks okay, but I'm the only way to know for certain to test it. Fuse is good. So not much to this unit, but it does have some digital electronics, some surface mount stuff on the back side, which you can't see here, but we're going to check all the diodes. Good. See what digital electronic stuff right there. All surface mount stuff. And you can't get any schematics for these things. Let's look at these 2 SCRs. Don't recognize those part numbers. Those might be MOSFETs, not SCRs. I think they're good. Okay, those are good. Check the big blue capacitor. Don't see any cracks in the. Don't see any cracks in it. What size is this? That's an 8 microfarad capacitor. Let's see if we can test it while it's in circuit. Come on. 2.6. That's pretty low. It's supposed to be 8. Alright, we'll pull it out of circuit, but we gotta desolder it first. We'll test it on its own. If it's bad, we'll find. I've got other 8 microfarad capacitors we can stick in there. because that will shut the unit down, because you can't buy I mean, I can buy a new board, but it costs almost just as much as a brand new unit does. Which the new model today is called M150. What took the place of this one. And not bad little units. They don't make any parts for them. They're a throwaway model. Alright. And you see a crack right there on the side there, so maybe that's what's wrong with it. That crack could also be cosmetic, so the only way to know is to test it versus guessing or assuming. .6, so that didn't change. Alright, looks like these red ones are all 2 microfarad capacities, 3 big ones here. We'll check those. Those don't go bad all that often. They seem to be pretty hardy. I had 1.9 for a second. .2 1.9 roughly. So all 3 of those are good. How much is that little guy right there? How much is that one? Weird number. I don't know what that number is. Some nanofarad, which is pretty small, so it's probably about right. So let me grab another capacitor real quick. Right over here. It's 8 microfarad capacitor. So I don't think it's going to plug right in there. I think we're going to have to drill a hole. Right there, so make sure nothing on the back side. Okay, so I'm going to Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it until it stays in place, doesn't fall out. Solder this on. Now I'm going to get some wire. I'm going to put solder on the original solder joint. Add a little solder to this lead coming through. And then we'll tin the wire here. And we'll side by side. Cut this a little long. Add a little solder into this. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens. There it goes. Hear it? There's a little light flashing under there. Wore out capacitor. Alright, where's my tester at? This thing, these put out on the bench. They made some changes to stuff, but on the fence be a little higher, but on the bench, these testers aren't quite quick enough to pick up the pulse, but usually about between 5 and 6 kV. And right about 6. 5, 9, 6, 1 probably where it's about showing at. Good. So that's ready to rock and roll. Alright, I'll put the cover on, but I want to make sure. Well, I'll change out the bulb here in a minute. I'll probably do that on off camera. I don't show you how to change out a light bulb on there. Same way as change the capacitor. Just desolder and solder on a new one. So make sure this case closes. Alright, so what I'm going to do to kind of keep that capacitor secure. They had some double-sided foam. They also used a zip tie, which I don't have a zip tie that'll fit that. I got zip ties galore, but I want to put a bunch of them together. But let's see if this one fit in the little slot there. Yeah, it'll fit in there. Alright, let's pull this board back off and we'll zip tie that in there. Put that over the top. And right there, a little slot. Freaking shocked me. Alright, well, I got flipped over. Let's go ahead and change out this bulb. Oh, let's see if I have any green neon bulbs. Got this bulb here. I think they're blue. Don't think I've got any more green ones. I think these are blue. And they are physically a little smaller, but what I'm going to do is take 2 of them, wire them in series. And we'll set it somewhere. And I'm going to solder those 2 in the middle that were twisted together. These aren't LEDs, these are neon bulbs. They're white, and then when the current flows through them, they change of color based on the gas, I guess, on the inside of the neon. So now we'll snip off the excess. Take these 2 leads that are on the outside, and that's what's going to go in a hole. Alright, that's right there. come on. Alright, plug it back in. Now the blue light's there versus the green, but it'll work. Ooh. Turn the clutch down. This is the blue light versus the green one. That is an LED. It's a surface mounted red LED. That's what they have on the output side. Alright, well this one's done. Thanks for checking out our channel. Until next time, see you guys later on.